Extra Time here on ESPN FC. Craig's got his Tic-Tacs.
Tic-Tacs. I don't know why I bought them.
No.
I haven't bought Tic-Tacs.
Show me.
Frank's.
Tic-Tacs, I love it.
Tic-Tacs, Frank.
Yeah, I haven't bought Tic-Tacs for a long time. The Honesty Calf that we have here, one of the Honesty Calves, which is only for very honest people, obviously, and there's cameras in there. It's very lacking in choice, shall I say.
The one closest to us there is a better option a bit further, but you have to walk.
Yeah, I have to walk.
Yeah.
And I just saw the Tic-Tacs and I thought, it's the kind of life I lead. It's exciting for me.
Very excited. Tic-Tacs, Frank. Very, very exciting.
Do you have them in France, Frankie?
Oh, yes. My wife bought me one of these, the yellow, the orange and yellow in it, or green, I remember. But I'm a big fan of Fisherman and Friends.
Fisherman Friends.
Fisherman's Friends.
What do they do, by the way?
Yeah, I love them.
Don't you take them when you're...
They're just very, very strong.
They are,
right?
aren't they?
Very, very strong mint.
Right, anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. In fact, the story of that is because fishermen, they needed to get them some mint in order to not throwing up when they were high waves, in the sea. So they say, don't forget your friends.
Frank, we don't want to be
Don't forget your friends. So
we don't want to take too long.
Okay.
No, I'm
It's
just
late.
saying this, right? Because
It's late. Okay.
No, we don't want to do it because our
go on.
producer is also tonight producing Football Americas.
Oh.
And I'm really getting the feeling that his boss doesn't like him.
Silencing
That's
me,
a message.
which is probably
Not because he's doing Football Americas, not because of that show, because he's double dipping.
making them work a lot.
Now, back in the day, the heyday, he would have stood his ground and said, no. No. But these days, he buckles. So he's doing that show tonight, as well as this. Long day, even for a man that doesn't like going home. We know that. So we should keep this short.
We will. We've been getting a lot of inside information from you today here on ESPN FC, and this continues more.
What, with the
inside talk
Maresca?
here. The Maresca, renting your house,
Yeah,
and there was
did.
something else a little bit later on. Yes.
There was something else.
Breaking for storms when you were with John Champion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
the
you know,
Euros.
can't have a World Cup in
Studio
America.
Phil,
It
yeah.
can't have a World Cup in America. It rains.
All right, so we'll see what else we're going to hear from Craig. First question is for you. Who's the best golfing footballer you've had the pleasure of a round with?
Me.
I mean, he is very, very good.
Actually, well, I wasn't. I've never played with anybody. I probably at the time, the best golfer I played with at the time, because I at that point a few years ago, I was not the handicap I am now. When I was still living in England, was my old Scottish national team captain, former Leeds United, Liverpool, Coventry, and Scotland player Gary McAllister. Gary was a 4 or a 5 at the time. Very good player. Don't remember. And Kevin Hitchcock, my best man, the former goalkeeper, he was I think a 6 handicapper. But I think Macker was probably the best. I've never played with a soccer player that was a scratch,
Right.
like a 0. Although Stevie...
I did.
Yeah. Who?
Alain Bogossian, the former Parma, Marseille, Napoli player, crazy. He started after his career to play golf.
Yeah.
A year after, he was scratched, and he was the national team coach of the youth golf national team coach, national team golf team. That was crazy. In 1 year, he became scratch. Unbelievable player.
Here's an American angle for you, if indeed you want that angle. I didn't play with this guy, golf, but when I was a youngster at Chelsea, and I mean a youngster, 16, 17, there was an American player trying to make his way at Chelsea at the time called Roy Wegerle. Very talented player, Roy. Ended up, I think, at QPR, and I don't know where he went after that. Didn't quite work out. And Roy was a very talented footballer, but he was a superbly talented golfer. And he tried after when his career finished in soccer, he tried to make his way onto the tour. The Challenge Tour or the Corn Ferry Tour and into the PGA Tour. So I don't think he managed to do it because that's like an amazing, these guys are just off the chart. But Roy was such a good golfer that he gave himself the chance to go and try and do that. But I never played with him
Last
golf.
question from me. Did you start playing golf when you started playing football, or were you already playing it when you were
No, I was
younger?
playing with a little 9-hole course when I was a kid with my dad, but I wasn't playing very often. I wasn't very good, but he used to drag me up. So yeah, I sort of, particularly in Scotland, he sort of grew up with golf, you know. But I didn't play as much when I was still playing. And Frank and that was at Chelsea until I stopped playing professionally and went into the TV and radio. That's when I started to play a lot of golf.
Right. Chelsea striker, start, bench or sell? João Pedro, Liam Delap, Nicholas Jackson.
Go on, Frank.
According to what we saw last season, I would say Delap, Pedro, and Jackson.
That bench drop. I'd start João Pedro, I'd bench Liam Delap, and I would sell Nico Jackson.
Okay. Frank, Zidane ended his career after winning the best player of 2006 World Cup. We don't have any memory of him being outplayed or humiliated by younger and hungrier opponents. Don't you think Cristiano and Messi should have stopped at the top instead of extending their careers at Saudi and MLS?
Well, no, it's no way to criticize, Cristiano and Messi. I think they love football. I guess they love money as well. And but I think they didn't finish their way to the football. They really dedicated to that. It's another era. I don't know why Zizou stopped at that time, because he could have carried on and be very good. But see Kroos finishing last season, where he could have carried on and do very good thing for football. Everybody, again, is individual and decides whatever he wants. But I always say it's better to stop when you are at the top. But you cannot consider that Messi and Ronaldo, they're not at their top. They're not the player they were, but it's still very effective. And we still see the lights on them, because they keep on scoring goals and being good. Ronaldo still plays for Portugal, and they just won the National League, European National League. I don't know how you call that.
UEFA.
And Messi does well. Every game he plays, that's full. Exactly. So I think, and they've never been humiliated by younger players. They're still very good. There's nothing much to say.
People don't. I think a lot of people don't understand. There's it's the same in life. Everybody's different. And if we're all the same, life would be boring. So you have these players and what you have to understand is what you see is what you see on the field on a weekend, generally, or on TV. What you don't see is the grind behind the scenes, which all sports people have to do. It doesn't matter what sport you're playing. It's the same for everybody. There's a grind away from the public spectacle of the event. And some players want to continue with that grind leading up to a weekend, and other players have had enough. Some want to go out at the top, like Toni Kroos. Some just can't do it anymore, and you don't want that grilling and grueling training every week leading up to it. And maybe people like Messi and Ronaldo, they thrive on it. Getting in that car at 8:30 in the morning, whatever it is, driving to training, bruised and sore and stiff as you would be in your 30s or early 40s as Ronaldo is, and picking yourself up and training. And if you want to do that late in your career, it doesn't matter if you're getting paid a lot of money or not, that's fair play. But a lot of guys just don't want to do it because it's just pain. And so everybody's different, it's like some people just have enough and go, do you know what, I haven't got the desire to do that anymore. And others would play to their 50 if they could. Just the way it is.
For the gents,
I talked to Kate, sorry, I talked to some players, whether they were regretting stopping, ending up their career. And I was fed up. But I talked to, for example, Emmanuel Petit, my best friend with the national team. He always said, that he got injured, so he had to stop. So it's always something that he regrets because he didn't see the end of it. And I'm with Craig. Some players, and I was one of those, after 17 years, you don't want to go training, you don't want to force, you don't want to feel the pain, you fed up.
Okay.
It's like Stevie, isn't it?
Stevie loved it, didn't he?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I was like Frank, I hated it in the end. I absolutely, because like Frank, we played in the World Cup, Frank won the World Cup. You may have noticed, you may have remembered, Frank won.
Missed that.
That World Cup that he won and I played in, and we played in the European Championships, we played in cup finals, and Frank had success at Chelsea, I had success at Celtic, winning the league title, first time in 10 years with a great bunch of lads, and you couldn't wait to get in. Could not wait to get to the training ground and play the next match because you're good. And then there's a point that comes along. You go, I just don't want to do this anymore. I'm like you're like that. And when you're in that mindset, you cannot perform for your team. When it gets to that stage where you go, I hate this. I absolutely hate it, and I hate who I am because you've had all these operations. And Stevie, and he's not the only one. There are players like this. He just wanted to keep going. So he was at this standard. He was at the top of the tree at Liverpool. European Cups, Premier League as it is now, FA Cup finals, you name it, they were doing it. And you would have thought he would have been, I'm not playing down there because I've played up there. But yet he was, and I'm not blowing smoke here, but he just wanted to keep going, like, he loved it. But if he hated it, he would not have went to the teams he went to if he'd hated it.
Yeah, in the lower leagues.
He would not have. But he didn't, he loved it. But then that's just the difference in mentality. And we know his mentality.
We do, very well. For the gents, which had a more positive impact on PSG? Was it Luis Enrique or dumping the ego boys, as it says here, Mbappe, Messi and Neymar? Which was the more positive impact, Frank?
I really think that if those three would have stayed at Paris Saint-Germain, never Luis Enrique would have been capable of winning the Champions League. That's a fact, that's a statement. I mean, it's very hard to compose with those players because you have to create the squad or the team around those players. And the way Luis Enrique wanted to play with those players, that would have been impossible, and he showed it. Getting rid of them, well, leaving allowed and opened a door to Luis Enrique to express his talent. So I would say dumping, even if he didn't dump anybody, Mbappe, Messi and Neymar was the best thing for Paris Saint-Germain.
But surely Luis Enrique was part of that process.
It's all linked anyway.
I think it is interlinked because although I don't know the exact timing of when the other two left, but certainly Mbappe, and I think he has gone, or he went to the board or the ownership and said, listen, this is what we need to do. This is the way we need to go to be a better team. And I honestly think if they had not been on board with what he was doing, bearing in mind what he's been through in his personal life in the last few years, I honestly think he would have, if they were not in tune with him, I think he would have walked. But they clearly backed him with his decisions, and there's no denying it worked out as better than they could have expected.
Yes, and all's well that ends well. That is the end of Extra Time tonight. Thank you so much for sending in your questions. Thanks to the guys for sharing.
Thanks to Tic Tac.
Inside information.
I'm not sponsored by them.
Bye Tic Tac.
I'm probably going to get in trouble now. Get an email tonight saying, can't do that in the show.
We all got the white memo as well though tonight, didn't we?
Yeah, that was just,
So yeah, that's the end. Thank you very much. We'll be back tomorrow to do it all over again.